Haven't had an old-fashioned sit-down vlog in a while. Actually, since Florida, I don't think. Maybe a little bit before that I did a vlog. Sometimes it's hard to think of topics, sometimes stuff isn't coming straight to you. Sometimes you just don't want to talk about some stuff, and some stuff seems better suited to be talked about. And I have to wait until I get enough of those topics that seem interesting to me to share with you. One thing, though, that I was remembering from Florida is how there's this nice, comfy feeling of how it's stuck in the 90s still. I see a lot of skateboarders. Actually, we almost hit a guy skateboarding. Just skateboarding is big in Daytona, I guess, because I see them all over the place skateboarding. That seems passe here. I don't see that as much. Just more people biking, I guess. But it had the total like Bart Simpson feel of it. The Cowabunga dude stuff, backward hats, loose clothes. Big jerseys and some jorts and some good sneakers and just kids and teenagers and young adults having fun. It's kind of cool. I really like that. I've never been a skateboarder myself. I don't have the balance for it and probably break my ass if I try to do that. But it was neat to seeing it somewhere it lives. And also, what I gotta say about Daytona, Florida, they still got rental places. They still got rental. I don't think any are VHS, but I do think they are still DVD. So they're not all Blu-ray yet. And they still have rental places, which is neat. I guess that's the older generation keeping that in the limelight, keeping that in business. When I bought the NES games that I bought, a man was in front of me actually trading in DVDs for money. And I think he got like $20 for 4 DVDs. Maybe there were 5. It kind of boggled my mind. It's a whole different economy down there. Made me proud. Made me happy. It still goes on in this day and age. So, Florida, you're stuck in the 90s, and I love it. Never change. There is this news story. It's kind of passe now. It's kind of older now. It's been older than a month. But it was funny because, well, it's not funny because it was a teacher trying to seduce a student, a band teacher. But what was funny was they actually showed some of the text. And nothing ever happened. I don't think it ever got physical, but he was trying to woo this particular student. He was a male, she's a female. And you can see, like, why don't you come over and stuff like this, or why don't you stay with me after class and stuff. And like the last tweet, not a tweet, but text to that girl was, there's just the word delete in all caps with 2 exclamation points at the end. Delete! He knew they were on to him. So it one last ditch effort to get them to delete before all hell came down. And all hell caught his ass. Especially funny if you consider it was probably her who reported him. So why would she delete the evidence she had? He must have thought maybe an outside source had found out and was trying to blackmail him or something, but no. I don't think so. Delete. That's so sad. That's sad when you have nothing to stand on and you... Well, it's sad. It's not sad. He should never been doing what he was doing. But it's almost one of those situations you almost feel sorry for him because of how much he's panicking inside. But he brought it onto himself. So never text a minor anything inappropriate. Anything you want your mother to see you text to a minor. And I don't care if that's their only way of communication because they have black lung. Car. TV shows are having their finales. Been watching a few of those. I just had a comment that Revolution. If you didn't watch the first season of Revolution, you could watch it. It's really iffy. The jokes aren't as good. I mean, the jokes kind of stick out as cheesy and forced, and the actions kind of has flaws to it and stuff, and the plot has flaws. I'll tell you, the first episode, there's a scene where a guy gets shot with an arrow, and he acts like he got clotheslined, which isn't the force of an arrow. Arrow pierces into your skin. It's not a big blunt object that flatlines you. But after that first season, this second season has been amazing. It kind of has the same system that Prison Break had for a while there, where just all these common enemies become common friends, and and just maybe just for a while truces among each other to go up against an even bigger enemy that appears, which is the United States of America. And it's been very captivating. One thing they did that was very interesting is they took the weakest character that's still alive that we've been following and made him the strongest character. And Aaron just pretty much went Super Saiyan in the last few episodes. It's been a fun ride with that. Alrighty. It's interrupted there by my brother. Anyway, Revolution, check it out. It's really picked up so far this year. We'll see how it comes back after break. But it's very, very strong compared to how it was before. And I was watching it enough before. I say it had the same category as kind of like Grimm. Just kind of like a guilty pleasure. But this new year, the second season they started, I'm really liking it. I'm really loving it. It's really good. Also, I want to talk a little bit about Downton Abbey, kind of the opposite here. I don't know if anyone watches Downton Abbey. I enjoy it. But I just don't really like this season so much. And I'm wondering, should they have quit with 3 seasons? Quit while they were ahead. To me, some shows have like a couple that you don't mess with. Just a relationship. You can have everyone else act like total horn dogs, but you keep that one relationship strong throughout the whole series. And to me, they messed with that relationship, which is Mr. Bates and Anna. They messed with that relationship. You know, they did a lot. They did a lot of scandalous stuff this season without having like the story behind it. Just like, you know, something happens each episode. You got like bastard child and rape and well, I guess you could link Matthew's death too. I wasn't too happy with that. Just a lot of stuff they just kind of whopped on us, and they didn't do it their usual style, which is the whole season kind of plays out on stuff that happens on the very first. Just they continue those threads. A lot of this stuff was brought to us mid-season when the season was almost done. So yeah, it just seems like the best way they should have stopped was when Robert, Tom, and Matthew were all celebrating after winning the cricket match. It was a beautiful ending. Also, Thomas had escaped his rape charges of Mr. That young master, that footman. Forgot his name. I don't like him. And Alfred decided not to report him in. So yeah. Boom, you end it there. Happy. Now all this contrived shit that's happening now. It's a letdown. It's still a good show. It's still a very good show, but it's just not as witty and as clever as it once was. And this is something that British are known for, is they usually pull the plug right on the right time on TV shows. They don't let them linger into these sad stupor states like the States do. Like you'll watch the UK office and watch our office, and you'll go, oh, okay, well that's how you do it. You end it he puts a nice into at its height. And watch Seinfeld. They actually did that all right. Well, actually, there may be a couple of years on the downhill, but they were still pumping out good episodes. There was a few episodes that were really bad, but they pretty much Jerry pulled it when he was doing its best ratings. But it's probably its prime around 95, 96. So yeah, there you go. Just sad to see Downton Abbey go on. I thought I'd do a tweet of the week. If you ever watch me on Twitter, I intermingle with a handful of celebrities who never talk back to me. But that's okay. I get my zingers in, and I leave on top. Let's see. You all tweets. This is not the tweet of the week, but this is pretty good. That EMT girl in the Windows commercial looks like Carl Winslow from Family Matters. Anyone seen that commercial for that Windows laptop that it snaps off and becomes a pad of sorts, a tablet, and you can set it back onto the keyboard? Well, they got this EMT worker who's a solid built black woman, but it's just something weird about the way she talks and her mannerisms. It's very much like a man, and it's very gender confusing for me and myself. So, yeah. Oh, that's a pretty good one. A while back with the NFL, had this one. Right, my cat's trying to escape. Ah! Where you going? Come here. You come here. You better get back. That's what I thought. Tara, why must we play these games? You know what they say about a cat around a bunch of rocking chairs? You ever hear that? Better not make me get up again. Oh. She rolled around. Before I was so rudely interrupted, the NFL quoted, this is a while back, but it's my tweet of the week, because I say so. Adrian Peterson carries 3 defenders into the end zone because he's a machine. Must see. And he has a link. And I said, and with you on his dick. Touche. Touche. So yeah, that's a tweet of the week. I know I'm quite the wordsmith. Oh, Andy Herron, a while back, was he's the guy that won this season of Big Brother, and he said, "We can all agree that I'm a shoo-in for All-Stars, right?" And I said, I really think everyone wants to forget this season once and for all. And some people retweeted. And I know he took that on the chin like a champ. So yeah, that was my foray into fucking with the mainstream media. McGanadu. It's a cigar. Tweet of the week. People have been requesting test reviews for Jack's and Jack in the Box, and we don't have them here in Georgia, so no, none of those. It's gotten a few British and Canadian people requesting reviews of Long John Silver's or Captain D's, and I just want to cut them off and say I will eventually maybe, but it's really going to be absurd because I'm sure the fish and chips you people, anyone else gets from Europe will just, it's just going to make what the fast food people in the States do laughable. The actual fish and chicken, they always offer chicken too, is yellow. The batter is yellow. It's yellow. It's so weird how trans fatty it is. It's unbelievable. There was actually a meal not too long ago that was labeled like the worst meal for you, with the amount of calories and fats on it, trans fats, from Long John Silver's. And I think they just continued it. But it was really amazing how they were able to take one meal and make it absolute garbage. So it won't be fun, but I may do it. A lot of old people like this places. I don't know why. My mom enjoys any kind of their shrimp better than nice restaurants. She just likes it deep fried and yellow. She'll eat the fish deep fried and yellow. Not the fish, but the shrimp. And the fries, they use the same batter for the fries. It's really weirdly disgusting. It's like they have to have some of the worst fries out there. The only place I can think of more unappetizing fries is like Sonic. So there you go with that. So I was going to mention some podcasts I've been listening to. I try to, if there's a podcast I haven't listened to before, I try to catch up to them in a very fast time. And I've done that with 3 series where I've caught up to 100 plus episodes in a very short time. But I also want to mention Steve Austin's, Stone Cold Steve Austin's podcast, which I think is really good. The only thing that kind of irks me is he stays into his character a little too much. I don't know how much of it's real and how much of it's forced. Maybe that's the way he is, who knows. But he interviews a lot of wrestlers, and it's fun to listen to him. And he's interviewed some non-wrestlers too, which is also interesting. It's a good podcast, and I recommend it for everybody. But also, I've been listening to Tell 'em Steve Dave, which is some of Kevin Smith's childhood friends doing their own podcast, which I think is better than anything on Kevin Smith's whole podcast network. So take that for what you will. But I've listened to every episode and caught up to recent episodes. Very, very funny stuff. And also, well, the thing that's interesting about them, I didn't even say why they're interesting, is because they have that dynamic from childhood, and they still are like bickering and battling and know each other so well that they'll call each other on their shit. And it's really interesting looking at the kind of advantages in life they've gotten by knowing Kevin Smith, and how one in particular has taken that with the best and just become as a good of an employee as he can for Kevin Smith, and another one kind of squandered his opportunities given to him by Kevin Smith. And I really like watching that dynamic of them trying to just coexist in the same atmosphere. It's very interesting. So tell him, Steve Dave. And another podcast I've been listening to recently. It's called Junk Food Dinner, which is people do, these three friends from Ohio go watch movies that they recommend to each other, and they're all older horror movies or exploitative films or even indie films, and I enjoy it. Or it can even be a mainstream film, but usually it's something it has like it's a bomb at the box office, or it's from the 70s and 80s, and you just had lots and lots of rape or lots and lots of gore, stuff like that. And it's interesting. It's really, I mean, I haven't seen a lot of these movies. It's amazing this kind of genre goes on, and you have no idea. You have no links to be inside of it. I mean, the closest I come to some of it is I've watched some of the original Troll movies. But if you're a fan of something like Monster Vision, back when it was on TNT with Joe Bob Briggs, then you would like this. So I definitely recommend it. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Mainly just listening to podcasts. I do that a lot of work. It puts me in a peaceful mood. Just, yeah. Just, I think it's one of the best things around. I think podcast. I'd like to do one sometime. I think that'd be fun. I was thinking about doing maybe a sit down with my brother using this camera, and it'd just be the same shot here with the rocking chairs, except it'd be a little wider of a shot, and we'd both fit in it. And I don't know how the audio would be, because that'd be kind of like more of a video podcast, and other people have microphones and some better setups for all these audio-only podcasts. So, yeah. Like, I'd like to tape it like that, but I don't know. I'd want to half it off the audio so I could have just an audio version. I don't know if that would be able to stand alone on itself. So, yeah. I bid y'all guys farewell. Thank you for watching, my babies, and remember to delete!